Another thing that's going on with the NFL right now is the new CBA that the owners have proposed to the organization, which is basically the collective bargaining agreement is basically they can change the salary, expand the NFL. So right now they're talking about raising the salary from I think 46 or 47% to 48%. So the salary cap will enlarge. They're also talking about expanding the regular season to from 16 games to 17 games. So I guess. I don't know. Do they play all 17 games, or is there an 18-game season with a bye? I don't know all the specifics. And then they're also talking about expanding the playoff from 6 to 7 teams per conference, and making it a 14-team total playoff. So the Steelers would have been in this year. The Rams would have been in it. The first team, the first seeded team would get a bye, and then you play from there. So it's different. But I'm interested to see how it goes. They said it could happen as soon as this upcoming season. The players' organization, the NFLPA, is very mixed on it. I've seen Richard Sherman, J.J. Watt, a lot of superstar players who use their Twitter to speak their mind have gone on record saying this is not something that we want, especially for player safety, because that's an extra game. They need that bye week to take a break and relax. So it could be it could be an issue. What are your thoughts?
I agree with part of it. I like the salary cap increase because I think more can be done with player-wise, with contracts, and it'd be more interesting for the league. I don't mind the playoff expansion. I think more teams would be in, which would be better for viewership and things like that. I do not like the game extension because, as you just said, it increases injury risks.
I agree.
Skyrockets it, because people think that one game doesn't mean much, but it can take one game for your player to go down and be done for their career. You can have a career-ending injury in one play in an extra game that doesn't even matter really. So I like part of it. I don't like it all. If I had to vote now,
especially it gets rid of that huge advantage in the bye week. The bye week is very important.
Yeah.
Even aside from injuries, just like you said, J.J. Watt said, with just being able to rest and kind of recalibrate your body and your mind to be able to go into the next week. It's
I've heard I think it was Stephen A. Smith that brought up actually, who was I think there needs to be something in the new CBA that says if you're going to expand it to a 17-game season, each player on the team, all 53 players, should only be allowed to play 16. So you expand it to 17, and it's not saying that you're all the starters need to sit and you put in all the bench players for one game, because that's a loss. But let's say if you're the Steelers, for example, Ben Roethlisberger's coming back, you have the whole team. You have Ben Roethlisberger sit one game, you put in the backup, which would be Mason Rudolph, and then the next game he comes back, but Juju's out, because it just depends on the schedule. It depends on the player if they want to rotate. But I don't like players that want to play all 17.
Is make it about the amount of minutes that you play. So instead of having them out for a whole game, instead of having a game
play
that
the first quarter,
the example of the Steelers, instead of having a game that Ben Roethlisberger has to sit out, have a game that he will start by sitting, and then if they need him, they can still bring him back.
Yeah, you also think that playoff teams usually sit their starters and their first strings in the last couple weeks.
Unless they really need
every
to.
Team
Saw the
has
season,
if every team has to do it, I don't think that will go over well. I don't like that idea. I just don't like the game extension in general. If I had to vote today, I'd vote no on it.
So the owner, the CBA that we're talking about right now is the one that owners proposed, because it's also for their own sake. It's their money. They get more income. They get more views on their team, and the NFL because it's crazy. They get so much money. The owners, the NFL gets billions of dollars each year. It's insane. And yet the NFL salary of the players is the lowest out of all the sports. And I think something that needs to be said. Tom Brady is nowhere significant to LeBron, and they're on the same stature, and so I think something needs to be said for that. But the Players Association is also coming out with their own CBA, I think, this week, so they're going to propose something. They're also going to vote on the other one, and vice versa. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen this upcoming season. I don't know if it'll occur this upcoming season or maybe in future seasons, but I don't know how I feel about it all entirely.
Well, you mentioned that the NFL players are the lowest paid of the major sports. I don't think that's a problem. I don't think they need to get paid more. I'd say that other sports can just get paid a little bit less. I'd say that, especially with NBA players, some of these guys, like, they don't even play defense. They don't need to be paid these ridiculous amounts of money. It's so much.
You also think
So
about it. How
much.
many people are on an NBA roster?
15.
That's
How many
true.
are on an NFL roster?
53.
Right.
Plus, the
True.
NBA has a D League. Like, there's many layers of the NBA, whereas the NFL is just the NFL, and then they have like practice
true.
squads, but that
Yeah.
doesn't like really count as one.
Yeah. Do you think it's weird for like a quarterback like Jameis Winston, for example, who threw 30 touchdowns, had a decent year, also threw 30 interceptions, and basically was the defensive player of the year? Like I'm not like, but you know he's saying like so what? I can fix the turnover problem. I play in a fast-paced system, a hard
It's
system
not
to
that
play in,
simple. You
and
I believe
I threw 30 touchdowns, so I deserve $35 million. And if the Bucs don't give me that, I'll leave. He literally said that. Like I deserve $35 million. Tom Brady's not even asking for that.
It sounds just so spoiled to me. Like, give me $35 million
I know,
or
right?
I'm leaving. It's like, and especially because it's coming from Jameis Winston.
I-
This is not a top player that's
I know.
saying that. This is Jameis Winston.
I didn't even mean to
Just-
pinpoint Jameis Winston. I meant to like just in general. Like
I don't think he
I
deserves
don't like
35
that. I
million.
think that you're a part of
I
a team.
don't
You're a
think-
part of a team, and it
you want to
shouldn't
compete for the
be
championship.
the money that's keeping you there. If you're in it for a championship, that's one thing. If you're in it for success, that's one thing. But if you're in it just for the money, then that is
Yeah,
a
that's
big
why all
problem
these great
for me.
athletes take pay cuts because they know it's
Right.
a team game. Like when LeBron and Wade and Bosh were down here at the Heat, LeBron took a pay cut and Wade took a pay cut to get everybody else like Battier, Chalmers, like all them on the team. I don't think Winston deserves $35 million. I don't think he will